I'm associated with NAS Male Health Alliance. First of all, I want to tell about the organization. NMHA, NAS Male Health Alliance, is the first ever non-governmental technical support agency in the Pakistan that exists to improve the sexual health, welfare, human rights of MSM, males who have sex with males, transgenders, and their partners. Okay, now we have extended as well, and this year we have also included LGBT people in our project, where we will start, inshallah, LGBT movement soon. It does this by advocating for sexual welfare and human rights, developing policies on these issues, and provides technical, financial, and institutional support to MSM network, groups, and organizations across Pakistan. And vision. NMHA envisioned a society where all people can live with dignity, self-respect, social justice, and well-being, and strives for the advancement of social and health needs of marginalized MSM and transgenders by supporting their development of community-led health and social interventions, along with advocating for social justice, equality, health, and well-being. You know, we have like 6 community-based organizations in Pakistan who are working for MSM and transgenders, and we are working for, as I have told, we are working for the sexual health and capacity building for their rights as well. There is very limited data on MSM and transgenders in Pakistan. Few sector NGOs working on us. A limited no recognition of MSMTG by the federal and provisional government as well. This is what I'm telling you. In 2010, community was stigmatized, discriminated, and only sex work, begging, and dancing as an option to serve. And no voice from the community, no people were coming out till 2012. Our community was dying, and it seemed that nobody cares. And now the MSMTG situation till 2013, NMHA has conducted and participated in different research on MSMTGs throughout Pakistan. Community is empowered. NMHA has been providing technical support to existing CBOs in order to build capacity. NMHA has DIC. DIC is a drop-in center where all community members, they can come, they can sit, they can play music, they can talk, they can share, they can discuss their thing, they just feel like at home. So we have provided the spaces to our community members who were feeling uncomfortable, who were like finding and searching the place where they can sit with the people who are like them, and where they can help other community members as well. And by organizing different events at DIC, NMHA has been instituting HIV awareness within the community. We are working for the health, and a lot of people who didn't know about HIV/AIDS, who didn't know about sexual health, they are getting these services and they are getting aware of it. Let me tell you one thing. I'm working for one CBO who is just made for all transgenders. And mashallah, we all are transgenders in my office. We have 15 staff members, all are transgenders and working for the same community. It happened first time. Now they have accepted our project proposal, which was to enroll transgender on a positive roles as well. They always show them in a negative way. So we also developed one capacity building project and completed successfully, because more than 90% transgenders, they are uneducated. So we designed a program, literacy plan for them, in which we use specific language for transgenders and we teach them through that specific language. Only transgenders can understand that. We call it Farsi. So for them we started this very interesting plan, and they were educated. Those who were begging before, they want to study, they are working, and alhamdulillah, we will keep it going on. Thank you.
So the forming of PEMA. PEMA was formed in 2008 as Mombasa Brotherhood, and at that time it was the only gay organization at the coastal region of Kenya. And in 2009, with the coming in of the lesbians, we decided that we are going to encompass all the spectrum of the LGBTI, and so we changed our name into PEMA. PEMA, not this PEMA, but PEMA in Swahili, which means place of solace. And in the same year, we thought that it was not doing the registration, because we are the only registered, legally registered organization for the LGBTIQ in the coastal region and in Kenya. The others are registered, yes, but they are registered under this case either in health or other sectors. But we are courageously registered as the LGBTI organization. So this department basically came together to do the advocacy on to sensitize the media, because the media was the reporting of the media over the issue on the attacks on the gay people was not good, and the public was also sensitized, is also supposed to be sensitized, and is being sensitized at the moment. And at the moment we are also targeting to work with the judiciary. And apparently we are the only LGBT organization that is a member of the Court Users Committee in Kenya. In the religious leaders sector, we are working with both Christians and Muslims to sensitize them. And apparently the religious leaders that we are sensitizing are the same religious leaders that had attacked us before. And we thought that it's best that we start with them, so that they can at least they can send the right message to the other public, because we know that in my country that the religious leaders and the politicians hold a very big role in the community. So that's about the health department. I'm not going to talk about that. We have the hotline where we call for. We have a line that you can call for members that are in distress. So those are some of the people that we work with in the legal and advocacy department: the religious leaders, the media, sensitization, policymakers, law enforcers, and public sensitization. We have the economic and empowerment department that deals with the IGM management, small business management training, and self-social space. And we also offer psychosocial support for all our members. And we are the only LGBT organization that does the HTC in the community. HTC, the HIV testing and counseling. So those are our collaborators. And those are our partners. Apparently they are not all our partners, but just a picture, an overview of those people that we work with as per for now. So thank you very much.
So my name is Amir, as I said, and I'm presenting the LGBT organization, which name is Kyrgyz Indigo, and I'm the head of community liaison department. So we are a community-based LGBT organization in Kyrgyzstan, which promotes LGBT human rights and health, and we are working since 2009. So we are working like more than about 3-4 years with law enforcement, and in this year in Academy of Interior of our republic, we're gonna have a curriculum which is gonna be curriculum for cadets about LGBT issues, so they're gonna be more educated about this issue. We are promoting anti-discrimination law bill as well, and we are documenting, monitoring, and reporting human rights abuses. And we work on HIV prevention and HIV testing program, and we have psychological and legal concern as well. So our context is Kyrgyzstan is a post-Soviet country. We have been part of big USSR. So it's a homophobic legacy and strong influence of Russia. In 2004, unfortunately, it was homophobic propaganda law bill was proposed, and all our LGBT community we are spending all our, we are fighting against this bill, and unfortunately it's absolutely copy-paste from Russia bill. So in majority are Sunni Muslims and identifying their religious identity as cultural. Yeah. And of course it's a patriarchal society, and where hate, prejudice and violence against LGBT are often considered as a norm. And what about Kurd Muslims? So there are people who express it, and a strong need in reflecting, in copy-pasting and understanding their identities as both queer and Muslim. And there were cases when queer people in depression and denial, when they had problem, when they have not understanding or cannot have a I don't know, harmony with their sexual orientation and religious identities. And so now what we're going to do, one of our strategies is on working on issues of sexuality and Islam to bring more peace, equality, diversity within our communities, inshallah.
People from different, we have almost parity between men and women. We have many transgender people. People from different sects, Shia, Sunni, Ibadi, spiritual Sufi, and from different backgrounds, but especially from North Africa and Senegal and Mali. So almost of francophone countries. The average age of those people who come to HM2F is about 25 and 30 years old. Our main missions, just a bit. Okay. One of the reasons that HM was created is to give a safe, free space to all those Muslim LGBTQI in French that was ostracized within the French culture, and Muslim culture also in some suburbs, in some areas, without making any confusion between suburbs and Islam or extremism. But we know that in some areas in France, when you're Muslim and you're born Muslim, you live in that community as you living in your community of origin. So mainly Moroccans and Algerians, for example, were abided by some traditions and norms, social norms, cultural norms that of their origin countries. The objective was to give them a free space. We organized many group workshops, free speech groups, active listening, remote counseling. Phone, for example, many Facebook assistants, mail assistants. We organized many spiritual, for example, retreats. We organized with Muslims and also in an anti-faith standpoint with Jewish and Christian that has the same values. So also psychological support for people that really suffers from that the dichotomy between their faith and sexuality. We also fight in homophobia and Muslim communities by producing academic work in terms of reading the Quran and reinterpreting the Islamic heritage from an inclusive and empowering standpoint for those people, minorities. We also invested in broadcasting our work in a national standpoint, for example, radios, conferences, international conferences, European conferences, also many conferences in different cities in France. And we also now developing a new training, secular, because in France we have a problem, as you may know. Islam is it's a secular country, and they have an issue with religion. So we're trying to develop a new training from a secular standpoint, but trying to hold that Islamic dimension without giving it like too much religious color. From personal standpoint, we're also fighting homophobia in sports. I'm part of the board member of a VGL. It's an organization, sport organization in France, and we've been doing like much support for those organizations to hold, for example, the gay games, the out games, and in games, etc. We've been supportive to include faith into criteria of discrimination, because many organizations don't want to take account faith into that faith, that's their fight, and so it's important that we advocate for faith-based rights into that international secular organization. Okay.
I will present, but I think I need 3 minutes. Can I present? I don't know. This is our slogan. You are neither alone nor wrong, and this is also in 2012. And this is the first, our first meeting when I was child. I was naughty boy. They were meeting for us to 1993, and it is 100% gay and lesbian. It was the name. Then we changed. We had a radio program. After radio program, we had a meeting. 2098, we changed the name Lambda Istanbul. That meeting was till 2004. We did it, and twice a year in Istanbul and Ankara. Ankara is capital city. Istanbul is the biggest city. 2002, our new president, our new president said we will give the right of LGBT person, who was Erdogan. I think some of you know him. After that year, we had a new. They tried to make a new constitution, Turkish constitution, and they called us for saying our thing. But 2006, they wanted to close our organization. And this is the fight of this is our fight. I wasn't there, and I just want to say something about the right down picture. It's a don't touch my child's organization. It's a mother. She's a mother, and she said don't touch my child organization. And after that, 2011, we had another organization, Friends and Family of LGBT Person. LISPAC, and it's also part of Lambda. Our organization, horizontal, non-hierarchical, and volunteer. And I repeat again, volunteer. We are not working. Sometimes my friends asking me, "Are you working for Lambda?" No, we are not working for Lambda. We are all volunteer, and we had just approached 40 active volunteers, and these are some of our publications. One is it means dog never bite a dog, and the other is again you are neither alone nor wrong. And these are our Lambda Cultural Center, but we don't have a center now because of we are LGBT organization, and we have organizations on top of organizations, and they don't want us to continue. That's why we are trying 3 months. We are trying to 3 months. We are trying to find flat for us, but we couldn't find. We don't have now. We don't have flat. I mean house, office. Yes, office. Sorry, my English. And annual Pride Week. We started annual Pride Week 1993. It was just a week. We were meeting, small meeting. I wasn't there, of course. They were meeting, small meetings, and we started 2003. Yeah, we started 2003 Pride March. It was great. Just 30 member, but then 2013 and 2014. At 2013, it was 100,000 people from Pride March, and 2014 it was more than 100,000, and and we known as the biggest pride in the Muslim world. Thanks God. And yeah, our financial source, most of the parties, I put many things, but most of them party. When we make party, we can get money. And yes, this is correct, I'm sorry. Strong and weak points are strong points, we believe. We are non-hierarchical and volunteer-based, we are not working again, and others. And weak points, yeah, mostly LGBT people, weak in intersex, pansexuals, polysexuals, asexuals, and women and trans. Yeah, we are weak on that. I'm a pansexual, that's why I will encourage them to work on that, I hope. And yes, we are big on faith also, because we are a Muslim country, but we are a secular Muslim country. That's why most of our activists are Islamophobic. I hope I can do something for that.